Hey guys, Kane Harrison here. Welcome to Music Business Today. We are of course in the Talkapolis studios in Nashville, Music City, and we'll be back with some fantastic news after this. Hey guys, welcome back to Music Business Today. I am Kane Harrison. We are going to kick it off with, of course, the sad news that Miranda, Lambert and Blake Shelton are divorcing. And there's been a bunch of rumors that have flown around. We won't talk about this too much, but we do need to touch on it. And the first, probably the latest rumor is that Chris Young has been involved. One of the nicest guys in country music. I've got to mention, has a killer voice and is also a great songwriter. But I'm just going to read his tweet here. It says, "I don't normally address gossip, but in this case I will. My name has been mentioned as a contributing factor in Blake and Miranda's divorce. That is totally false. They are both my friends and I would not betray that friendship and just wanted to clear that up." He also goes on to say how much he loves those guys and of course he's fans. So I don't doubt for a second that he is not involved. He's a wonderful bloke and the rumour mill continues to spin around. Let's go on to another guy who is being thrust into the news, and it is Stella Ro. He's posted an apology letter after being arrested for pushing his girlfriend down the stairs. Now, it is absolute nonsense, what he's written in his letter. He said that he wanted to apologise to his family and friends and of course his fans for the recent circumstances that have come to light. He said he's going to take some time to work on himself and he'll be entering into an intensive, extensive program and appreciates the thoughts and good wishes for himself during this trying time. He also goes on to say, "Please check my website and Facebook fan page for updates on my upcoming tour dates," which I think is absolutely outrageous. His girlfriend did say, of course, he did not push her down the stairs, but it is interesting to think that she would just fall down there by himself and then he would be indeed arrested by the police for pushing her. But this brings up an interesting topic that I want to touch on. Now, if you're an NFL player or a major sports person and you are involved in any kind of incident like this, you are unfortunately guilty until proven innocent, which we know is completely opposite. But people lose a lot of money in these circumstances. And even in the private sector, I mean, people who are involved in these sorts of incidences can often be let go of their companies, or the employment is given, they're sacked or whatever might happen. But it's interesting to bring it up in the music industry. This sort of thing happens a lot, and of course everyone just seems to roll through it and kind of brush it to the side, but no one loses recording contracts. The radios don't stop playing this stuff. So it's an interesting thing to think about, and hopefully we don't hear too much more about this, but of course domestic violence we absolutely hate. Moving on to one of the nicest guys in music, and that is Ed Sheeran, who actually on his day off jumped in the car and drove about 5 hours down to his best friend's concert. He indeed also is a musician. And the reason is because his best mate had asked him to get up on stage and play a little song while his friend proposed to his wonderful girlfriend. So Ed jumped in the car, drove 5 hours on his day off, went down there, played the tune, and happily ever after this couple will live. It's a fantastic story and just goes to show there are some good guys in the music industry. Some, not too bad news, but it is a little bit sad news about Joey and Rory, that Joey, in fact, was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. And she's just had her surgery and she has been back at home and apparently, by all reports, is doing incredibly well. Everyone loves this couple. We know that they're fantastic songwriters who also, are artists, but they kind of have moved away from that again to become songwriters, but had some big hits, in the last 2 years or so, and have written many songs for some great artists. This is the second time, unfortunately, that Joey has been diagnosed, and let's hope that, fingers crossed, that it all goes well from here on out. Okay, moving along to the top 40 charts as we'll roll through, and we'll start with pop songs, of course. The queen of pop now, Taylor Swift, is top of the charts with Bad Blood, and moving through the charts, all the usual suspects with David Guetta, Nicki Minaj sitting in there at number 4, Shut Up and Dance's Walk on the Moon is at 6, and then Honey I'm Good with Andy Grammer is still in there at 8, and as we move down to number 9, we are Where Are You Now, and then Lean On finishes at number 10. Now let's move on to the country charts, of course. Girl Crush still at number 1, which is just awesome. A fantastic song, as we mentioned in the last Music Business Today. Luke Bryan's rocketing up the charts with Kick It Up Dust. Sam Hunt is slowly moving down the charts, but he has 2 songs in the top 10, which is a pretty good start for the newcomer. Like a Wrecking Ball, Eric Church rounds off number 10. Now I'm going to move across to my favourite charts, which are the Americana charts, because that's where the real music lives. Now, Jason Isbell, well-deserved at number 1 with Something More Than Free, which is a fantastic record, a new record from him. And I just want to mention this, if you haven't listened to Southeastern, which was his last record, best record in years by anyone to ever do anything. Number 2 there, Emmylou Harris. Well, it's great to see her still in there. Willie Nelson and Mel Haggard, of course, at number 3. Casey Musgraves is in there, which is strange. I mean, I don't really know how she ended up in the Americana charts, but it is such a mixed world in music now. But she's doing some pretty wonderful things. Chris Stapleton and the Traveller album, which is an awesome album as well. Chris, again, a fantastic songwriter who's written songs for a bunch of people. Chris is actually playing with Jason Isbell at the Ryman in October, and I believe it's sold out. So if you missed out on that one, you have missed a absolutely fantastic show. And then if I sneak down this chart, I actually see Casey Chambers, who's in there. Casey is a good buddy of mine, and she's an Aussie over there who's doing incredibly well here and always has done in the Americana world. But that is it for the charts. That's it for Music Business Today. As we said last week, we are back. We're going to be doing this weekly. We'll probably ramp it up a little bit more. We're going to have some guests, maybe play some live performances, have a bit of fun and bring you all the news. Hopefully not too much gossip, but we'll keep you up to date with what is going on in the music world. Until then, I've been Kane Harrison, and we'll see you next time.